understand you're the producer.
Television.
It's Twisted Television.
It is Twisted Television, yes.
And where do Twisted people watch, or do non-Twisted people?
Twisted people watch, Twisted people participate. We're all very twisted, we're all very funny. You can check us out on the web at www.itstwisted.tv. We're also on PNN, Pride Nation Network. They're here today. You'll see their booth up front. We're also on WGAY, MNN, which is Manhattan Public Access, and BCAT, which is Brooklyn Public Access, and on YouTube, of course.
And are all those air dates announced on your website?
Yes, they most certainly are. And if you'll loop around, you'll actually see Safety, the safety clown, Dixie-Bell from last year, which I believe you're familiar with.
Yes, I interviewed her last year.
Indeed, yes.
I see you have a new clown this year.
We do have a new clown. She's a little bit crazier. She's a little bit crazier than last year. And, it's a good time. It's a good time. It's very twisted. It's definitely twisted.
And is this?
She's on the card too, as you can see. That's the same clown.
Oh.
And here's Jesus. Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus. He would like to interview Jesus. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Where's Mary and Joseph today?
They had to stay home.
Oh, that's just too bad. So Jesus is twisted.
And how does Jesus feel about your tomb being found and all your progeny being supposedly exposed?
I'm sorry. That James Cameron. It's a hoax. No. I actually retired and moved to Florida. I'm just up for the weekend.
And you play Jesus as a regular thing on the show, or?
Yes. Well, with my aesthetic, my only options are really Jesus, Charles Manson, perhaps a Gibb brother.
Jesus, I'm sorry to interrupt you. It looks like there's a child that wants to be baptized over here. No baptism today? Okay. Sorry. I thought there was a baptism going on.
Yeah.
Not for you, dear. How Jesus do that?
Do you generally get a fun reaction like that from?
I tend to frighten small children.
Do you ever get hostile people who feel that there's something sacrilegious walking around dressed like that? And
I've gotten a few odd looks, but generally at something like the expo, it tends to be okay. People tend to be open-minded here, I think.
Where have you had the worst? You ever have any real trouble? Do you walk around the street or go out in public events like this?
I haven't done much of that, but I did get some comments when we were flyering. Not when I wasn't in costume, but I was handing out our cards, and on the card I'm clearly dressed as Jesus.
So. Jesus is here to fill everyone with the Holy Spirit today, so he's going to fill you all with the Holy Spirit.
I remember when I was in college, that was so many years ago, but Jesus tried to drag a cross across the campus of University of Texas to protest something, and he met fierce legal problems and resistance at that time.
I can believe that, for sure.
I'll let you handle the rest of this. Any other questions for me, Randy?
No.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today. And
you want to show me some of the things about here on the table that might be of interest to people?
Sure. Jesus is going to film that. Good luck, Jesus.
Well, I mean, basically we're selling DVDs of our show, our promotional material, cards, PNN, which broadcasts our show.
Do you have any idea? Do you get feedback from your viewers?
We've gotten a lot of stuff on YouTube, and so people have written you can write comments on that. We've gotten a lot of feedback that way, and on our website. We got some feedback on some live shows we were doing in the fall.
Is there any particular video on YouTube that you think people might want to watch? Remember the title?
I would say that a good one is Behind the Laughs. It's a spoof of like a behind the music about the cast.
Behind the what?
Behind the Laughs.
Oh, Behind the Laughs. L-A-U-G-H-S.
Yeah. Well, I suppose that's funnier if you're familiar with the cast, but I think it's accessible enough that there's also One of the more popular pieces is one that was filmed at the expo last year, the year before. That was Divas Live. That's one of our more popular sketches.
And do you do any other? I mean, I assume you don't have to shave your beard, but I mean, do you ever reinvent yourself and like?
I play other created characters, but in terms of recognizable, impersonations of real characters, it's my selection.
The Tin Man or the Scarecrow? Or?
Haven't done that. Well, I would imagine from Wizard of Oz, I'd be most suited to be the lion. I would guess.
Right. With a big heart, of course.
Right.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Your name again?
Franklin.
And you?
I sometimes go by Jesus, sometimes just by Jay. It's a little more informal for events such as this.